okay?
What's going on, guys? Welcome back to another episode of JY Throws. I'm here in Munich getting my back worked on, and man, that is quite the experience. So I wanted to start things off today by briefly talking about my back. Over the past 12 years, I've had on and off back pain, and it's been really limiting me in the weight room. Every time that I do a big leg workout, the next day my back gets extremely tight and then I can't throw, and sometimes that would last for up to a week. So through good rehab and warm-up, I found what works for me and the way that I can minimize the pain. But I never really had an answer. My back's always continued to be sore and I haven't been able to do these leg workouts. So this week I flew across the world to see a German doctor to hopefully get some answers. So over the past 12 years, in an attempt to find a solution for my back, I've tried out dozens of different physical therapists, chiropractors, and massage therapists, and nothing has quite been like the operation that they have here in Germany. So from the time that I got to the doctor's office, within the first hour, I had already gotten an X-ray, an MRI, the doctor had seen everything, and I was inside of his office, and this is what him and the radiologist had to say about my back.
So I saw the pictures and I will phone my radiologist. He will come in 2 minutes.
Right.
And he has to explain what he sees in the MRI today.
All right.
I have seen the pictures. I can tell you now it's a serious problem.
It is serious?
I'm sure I can help you, but I can't guarantee that you get pain-free.
Okay.
We can improve a lot.
Yeah.
And the medicine you get is without side effect. It's homeopathic, biologic,
Right.
and you don't take a risk by side effects of the medicine.
Sweet. Nice.
So it's worth to try and to see what happens.
Yeah.
I'm optimistic all the time,
Yeah, that's good.
even in your case.
Yeah.
Well, as I said, I can't promise that at the end you don't feel any problem anymore.
Yeah, fair enough.
So then I beg you to take off the clothes.
Yeah.
And I will check the body. Ich brauche den Hocker.
Just allow me one question before. Did you ever have a prior operation to your lumbar spine?
I did.
You did, right?
Yes, yeah.
Okay. And do you remember which height that was? It was like
Honestly,
the
it's
lower
like
lumbar.
L5, S1, I think.
Okay. Because I could see that. And the pain you now have is primarily on the left side?
Yes.
Okay. Okay. So let me show you the images. First of all, you take a look from the side. These are the vertebral bodies, and those are the vertebral discs. Okay. The healthy disc would be as light as this one and as big.
Yeah.
The one on top of your lumbar spine, they're a little bit thinner and a little bit darker, but most importantly, to the back, they're fine. It's not like they have any extrusion. The one between the fifth lumbar vertebral body and the first sacral body, you see it's very thin.
Yeah.
And it's like protruding
Yeah.
to the back. Now, why is that so important? Now here you have to imagine, we're taking a look from the bottom inside your body. This is the vertebral body. These are the strong muscles. And this is the left side, this is the right side. And now you see, if I move down, between L4 and L5, you see a narrowing of the space here because the disc is moving to the left side on the posterior margin. And importantly, these dark things you see here, these are the nerve roots. And you see this nerve root wants to pass through here,
Yeah.
but it can't really do so because there's the disc.
Mm-hmm.
That's this level. Now we're moving down to L5, and now that's why I knew you had been operated before. Here you see there's some blackish soft tissue on the right side, but on the left side there's like a space that isn't usually there, so I can see that they have been operating there before. But however, you see the disc is moving to the back on the right side. Also on the left side, well, it's predominantly on the left side. The nerve has no space to pass here. but somehow it also does that on the right side. Not as strong as on the left side, but sooner or later you will face the same problems on the right side. So I'm sitting here telling you that these two segments have severe trouble, and you have to know this before you start therapy. Because you cannot expect miracles. So this is my job to tell you.
So although this wasn't the best news that I could have gotten regarding my back, I'm happy that they at least see the issue, and now we can start to take steps to fix it.
Please bend forward as far as you can. Please bend to the right side. And left. Oh, once more right. Yeah, I see. Now lift the right knee very high. Okay. Nicht perfekt. Endpaden eingeschränkt. And left. No. This is only the function what I criticize. Joints don't move as they should move.
So at this point, we began the first round of injections in my back. And I want to fast forward to 2 days later when I got my second round of injections, and this is what he had to say.
So the muscle relaxes, but not good until now. It's a little better than last time, but not good. So we need today and next week again.
All right.
We get it.
Yep.
Whatever we gotta do. Okay.
So every doctor that I've had in the past has told me something pretty similar. They've all said that my hips are out of alignment, and because of that, it's putting pressure on my back. So when I get treatment from them, they'll typically try to loosen up my hips or muscles in my back, and sometimes that's great to relieve some of the pain. But what I really like about this doctor is that he's not trying to just relieve the pain, he's trying to actually solve the problem. So these injections are just a tiny part of the solution, and he's actually got a whole team of people to help him fix me and put everything back together and get everything lined up again. So I want to introduce you to some of his team and talk about some of the things that they're doing to help me out.
I'm bringing you some water, okay?
That'd be excellent, thank you. Oh man, that was rough. So this is the chiropractor that they use here. They fly him in every single week from Holland, and it's truly amazing what this guy can do. After a couple minutes of moving different parts of my body around, he was explaining to me that there's 13 different parts of my body, starting from my ankle all the way up to my neck, that are misaligned, and all of those are contributing to my hips being out of alignment, ultimately putting pressure on my back.
Here, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Now, 2 knees, 2 feet, we talk already about 11 blockages you showed me. Turn on the back.
So I assumed that having 13 different misaligned parts would take months to try to fix and a bunch of rehab, but within minutes he freed up all of those different joints and they were moving how they're supposed to move because he just knows the anatomy that well. There was actually a point where I was questioning if it was just in my head because he seemed to be fixing these problems so instantly, and it was really amazing seeing what a great chiropractor can do.
I just explained what happens here. This is your fibula, this is your tibia, this is your talus bone. Normally he moves like this. In your case, he shifted backwards and twisted like this. Now, when you try to run or you try to walk, you're hitting bone against bone. Feel here? This is really painful there. Because you're all the time bone against bone. Yeah? Now, feel the change. I'm going to open him. I put the tibia back in position where it belongs, and now you feel immediately straight to the calf.
What?
So it's just anatomy, nothing else, it's just anatomy. We don't do miracles, we let other people do miracles, we just do our work. I go open your calf now. This is the painful part I told you about. I'm going to open it. Now I open the blood flow. Yes, there he comes. And now immediately the blood flow is restoring into your calf and feel. You feel the change?
Yeah, it doesn't hurt as bad. You sleep as well.
Now I put the knee back in position because the lateral meniscus is not in this right. There it goes. Yes, that's it. And now you see now you have a rotation on both sides.
What, you're a wizard, man.
The other thing that I really like about all of the people on his team is that they all do a great job of breaking it down and explaining to me what's going on and what they're trying to do. The third person that I want to talk about that they have on their team is their physical therapist. And he's working through different muscles and joints to try to continue to loosen and free everything up. And what's nice is he pays a lot of attention to the movements in my body, so if he sees me jerk from him applying too much pressure, then he backs off nicely and kind of works back up to a harder pressure. So when he was working on my lower back, he was taking it nice and easy at first and progressively added more and more force until it achieved the desired effect that he was going for. So the final part of the team that I want to cover in today's video, I guess would also be considered a physical therapist, but now we've got a lot more emphasis on the exercises to help strengthen and promote the changes that the other guys are trying to make as well. So the clips you're seeing, my back was in quite a bit of pain at the time, so we're taking it easy still. And next week, I imagine we'll be ramping up some of the intensity of the exercises, but it's nice that they know that I'm in pain and they're able to break down the exercises nice and simple so I'm not putting any extra stress on my lower back. One of the most amazing things about this team is even though there's so many different moving parts and people, I didn't once have to tell them what was going on. They all do an excellent job of communicating with each other so that when I move on to the next person, they're already filled in on exactly what's going on, what they need to do, and we can just get right into things. It's such a well-organized business that they have here, and all of these components play an important role in helping me get better, which I think gets lost with a lot of doctors. If they've got too much ego and think that their form of medicine is the best, then I think that can really limit people. But having a team like this, where they're working with multiple different kinds of treatment, over the course of 4 days so far seeing them, I've already seen a 95% improvement in the pain in my back. And this upcoming week, I have 3 more days of treatment before I head to Croatia to meet up with Martin. And hopefully by then my back's feeling good enough that I can get out and start throwing again. Even if it's only discus and just nice and easy to start off, I really just can't wait to get back out there and start throwing again. But I've learned a lot of really important things on this trip already, and I can't wait to see what I learn over the next week. When everything's said and done, it will have cost me around $10,000 to see these doctors, and I understand that for a lot of people that's not an option. So I want to make this video to put it out there and show you guys what one of the world's best doctors does. And he's worked with so many world-class athletes, including Usain Bolt that you can see in the thumbnail. I think one of my biggest takeaways from this is seeing that it takes a whole team of people to try to help an athlete get better. It's not just going to see one physical therapist or one chiropractor. It's each of those different specialties can play an important role in getting everything back in place and strengthening everything so that you can solve problems and continue to stay healthy. Anyway guys, I'm gonna wrap up the video here. Hopefully next time I see you, I'm in Croatia in the circle throwing. I just can't wait to get back out there and get throwing. So over the next few days, I'm going to continue to just do everything that I can to get my back healthy, and hopefully I get cleared by the doctors so that when I get to Croatia, I can throw. But thank you very much for watching. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, leave a like, and if you really enjoyed it, subscribe for more. I'll see you in the next one.